Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. We have a mailbag video coming up in the next couple of days, and so I wanted to give you a chance to go ahead and go down below and ask any Eagle-specific question, Eagle-related question that you want me to possibly answer on a video coming up next couple of days. I'm going to kind of look for new subscribers. If you're a new subscriber, you haven't got a question answered yet, this is your chance. Go down below, use the hashtag Eagle, take the best 6 or 7 questions, and compile them all up into a mailbag video later on this week. Today's video is brought to you guys by our friends at BetQL. Go to chatsports.com/EaglesQL/ and use the promo code ChatEagles. Get 25% off any of their subscription offerings. More info later on in the video and also down below in the description box. All right, it is a Wednesday, and we were going to make a video about not only Jaylon Smith, which we'll talk about here in a second, but also Stephon Gilmore. But if you have Twitter or you don't live under a rock, you know that the Carolina Panthers just traded for Stephon Gilmore, and so we can't talk about Stephon Gilmore on this video. Although, one little side note, Gilmore cannot play against the Eagles because of the way the trade worked out, so don't worry about this Sunday. We can't talk about Jaylon Smith, though, and the fact that he has been released by the Dallas Cowboys in a seemingly at first surprising move. It was like, wow, they're going to let go of Jaylon Smith. Wait, Jaylon Smith was really good. Pro Bowler in 2019, led the team in tackles the past couple of seasons. And then if you're an actual Cowboy fan, you kind of understand, which none of us are, but talking to Cowboy people, they're all like, hey, he was hardly playing this year. They like Vander Esch more. They like Micah Parsons more. It was just the right move to go ahead and let Jaylon Smith go. So we can sit back and go, okay, that's one thing, and then turn to the important note, and that is the fact the Eagles need help at linebacker because the linebackers are terrible. Eric Wilson, get this, the lowest graded linebacker in all of football this year, according to Pro Football Focus. Eric Wilson, who I was like, this is the savior at our linebacker spot. Well, I was wrong. He's absolutely trash. So let's start with ESPN's thoughts on Jaylon Smith here. I'll throw that up on the screen. Some details on the contract. Quote, Smith signed a 5-year, $64 million extension in 2019. That included $35.5 million in guaranteed money. For the season opener against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Smith started every game he played from 2018 to 2020 and was named to the Pro Bowl after the 2019 season. This season, Smith did not start any of the first 4 games. He was credited with 19 tackles and played in 148 of the 264 snaps, end quote. So essentially, what we're hearing here, what this all means is that he was good, and now he's not. He's not playing, and this is for the Cowboys want to put other people in better positions to be successful than Jaylon Smith, hence letting him go. It's a weird timing move because, it's week 4, week 5. If you're going to just pay somebody, which they still have to pay his base salary, why not just keep him? But either way, if the Eagles were able to get 2020 Jaylon Smith, and we'll talk about this, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. He would be the best linebacker Philadelphia has had probably since Jordan Hicks, and that's not saying a lot because Jordan Hicks was really not that great. I liked him, but he was injured a lot. Either way, we start with this. Pin comment. Should the Eagles sign Jaylon Smith, the free agent? Type Y down below for yes, or type N down below for no. Now, I think all of us are going to say yes. It's like, oh, for sure. Why not go get him? One word of caution. We cannot overpay for Smith's services. Here's what I mean. Philadelphia needs linebacker help. We know that. But they're also 1-3. They have 3 first-round draft picks next year. As long as Carson Wentz plays, which looks like he's going to go ahead and do that. I would much rather draft a first-round linebacker next year than sign Jaylon Smith to too much money. Now, we have plenty of money. We'll talk about that. They can, spend whatever they want on Smith. But I don't want to overpay for somebody who is on the decline at the linebacking core, where we think we've solved a problem, like with Eric Wilson, when in reality, we actually haven't solved any sort of problem. So I would like Jaylon Smith. Don't get me wrong. For the right price, I am all for it. If he wants to play for the Eagles and, punish the Cowboys who let him go, that's fine by me. But don't go overpay for somebody who is in the state of decline, because even though we don't like the Cowboys are not dumb enough to let somebody go who can actually still contribute to their football team. So take that for what you will. Either way, I do think a Jaylon Smith in decline is better than any of the Eagles currently on the linebacking core. Like, I am all for just completely nuking the linebacking core at the end of this year and starting from scratch, because these guys are just not good at all. We talked about Eric Wilson being bad, and that is that's not just my word. That's actual numbers by Pro Football Focus. Use the eyes too. I mean, the defense has been terrible, and a lot of it is due to the fact that linebackers can't tackle or get away from blocks. So Smith on the free agent market, will he sign with the Eagles? Will he not? Yet to be seen. However, I do give the thumbs up to get him at the right price, as long as they continue to pour additional things into getting more linebackers up there in the future. Now, today's video is brought to you guys by our friends at BetQL, and the best part about BetQL is their best bets computer model, which scans like 350,000 unique bets per year and gives you their 5-star bets of the week, which is what I've been using to be green so far and in the green with my bets this year. Each week I do 3 to 5 bets, $10 each, and I'm not crazy, putting my entire life savings in there, but I look at their 5-star bets, and they are paying off. I think it was 3-1, 4-1 my bets last week, and I feel really good about this week's bets, and I got them all again from our friends at BetQL. Chatsports.com/EaglesQL/, the place you need to go to get started. Discount code ChatEagles at payment and get 25% off any of their subscription offerings. All the details are down below in the description box. We'll talk more about it a little bit later on in this video. Now, with the Jaylon Smith signing, it has brought to my attention that some of you don't understand fully and completely the Eagles' current cap situation. We'll go to that here really quickly. So, because we would talk about signing Jaylon Smith, they can actually do it with the money that they have. They're the third most cap space in the National Football League, and over the cap has them about at $16.154 million, between 15 and 16, right there, about 16 is what over the cap says. And the interesting thing here is that most of the contenders who you would think would want Jaylon Smith, who are one piece away, don't have a lot of money. Like, as you see, here's the top 5 teams with the most cap space. Most of these teams are not contenders. Jacksonville, not a contender. The Panthers, yes, although they just give a big chunk of that and they have to re-sign Stephon Gilmore, so they're going to go down on the list. Philadelphia, right now 1-3, not a contender. Hopefully that can change. Denver has money. It could be an interesting spot there. And Washington as well. But this is just something to keep in mind when looking at guys like Jaylon Smith and just going forward in the future. The Eagles have money and can make a move if they want. If it's the right fit, I think they should pull the trigger. If not, then wait and we'll figure it out in 2022. Let's move over to the Lane Johnson news, which broke just about an hour ago, and this is the beauty of being subscribed here. We cover all of this stuff here. So Lane Johnson, it was a game-time scratch against the Chiefs. Like, he was going to play up until about an hour before the game is what I heard, and that he has an undisclosed personal reason for not playing. And the Eagles have been very much like, do what you got to do, to the point that they have not said anything in terms of what's going on, whether it's his personal health, whether it's a family member, whether it's something else. But he is unlikely to play on Sunday as well, even though there is still technically a chance. They haven't ruled him out, but he hasn't been in the building this week. He wasn't in the building after the game, and so the odds right now are that he's not going to return to at least play on Monday, which, is bad for the Eagles, but you got to respect what's going on with Lane Johnson. Like, we can't sit back and say, oh, well, you got to play. If there's something serious going on that we don't know about, which I'm sure we'll learn about eventually, you got to give the guy space. I totally respect that. And the Eagles played pretty darn well. More on Jack Driscoll in a second. First, here is Nick Sirianni, again, like an hour ago, on Lane Johnson's status. Quote, he's not here today. Still dealing with a personal matter. Really, to go any more further into that, still going to respect his privacy, but he is not here today, end quote. So that means, like we talked about, Jack Driscoll will be your starter at the right tackle spot on Monday if Johnson is not able to go. And I'll be honest, I thought that was going to be a complete train wreck against the Chiefs. They gave up 3 sacks, but the front 5 played very, very well, and Driscoll did a really, really good job. The Eagles have great depth on the offensive line, so credit to them for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if there is any sort of moves that happen, like if Jaylon Smith were to be signed. We will cover it here on the channel, whether it's me or somebody else, any time of the day. The Chat Sports guys here really do a great job of making sure you guys are up to date, whether it's, again, me or somebody else. So subscribe down below. That way, if things happen, we will give you guys a quick breakdown and video on that. Okay, quickly here on the left tackle spot. Here's Tim McManus' tweet. According to Nick Sirianni, I'll throw that up on the screen. Mailata will return to practice today in a limited capacity. That, according to Nick Sirianni. Again, he's coming back from a knee tweaking. It's not a serious knee issue, but it did keep him out of the Cowboy game and the Chief game, and so he will return to practice in a limited fashion today, which is good news for Philadelphia because they gave him a bunch of money and then he got hurt. So I was like, come on, you gotta be healthy, even though obviously not his fault. We gotta give credit again to the fact that Urbig at left guard and Driscoll at right tackle, and Dickerson at left guard, now Urbig at right guard, Driscoll at right tackle, and then Dillard played great at left tackle. He looks really, really good. It's credit to how great Jordan Mailata is, but at the same time, it's good to know that there's some health there and that these guys are getting hopefully better in the terms of Jordan Mailata. Who's more important for the offensive line? What do you guys think, Lane Johnson or Jordan Mailata? I think right now it's Lane Johnson because for as great as Driscoll played, Johnson is one of the better right tackles in the league, and Dillard is a first-round draft pick and hanging him down the left side. Who's more important than the O-line? Type LJ for Lane Johnson or type JM down below for Jordan Mailata. Before we get into our final little bit here on today's video in terms of the Panther preview, I want to give a quick shout out to our friends at BetMGM. They have a great promo and great deal to get you guys a free year of BetQL and also a betting service for you can go ahead and bet on all the games that I'm betting on or the games you want to bet on the National Football League. Go to chatsports.com/EaglesMGM to create a BetMGM account. Put your $10 into the account, bet the $10 on maybe the Eagles. They're +4 this week. I'm betting the Eagles on +4. And then once you do the bet, you'll receive a free year of BetQL, the service we talked about a little bit earlier on today within 24 hours of your wager settling. Chatsports.com/EaglesMGM/. Link is down below me in the description box. Again, Carolina on Sunday. We'll talk more about that later on this week. One quick matchup preview here. Philadelphia are underdogs, rightfully so. Although I think the defense can be somewhat competent, they have a real chance to win this football game. I mean, I think they can actually go into Carolina, get to 2-3, and start to turn this season around, even though the Panthers are a good football team. As we mentioned earlier, they cannot have Stephon Gilmore play on Sunday. Due to the way that the trade works out, he's still on the PUP list, and so you got to wait till week 6, and so you will not have to worry about Stephon Gilmore. It will still be the ravaged secondary that is currently happening with the Panthers, and why they traded for Stephon Gilmore, because they got their first-round draft pick, J.C. Horn, has been out. So the Panther defense got worked last week by Dallas. Dallas is a good offense. We've talked about that. We understand that, but I do think Philadelphia's offense, at least, can have a really good time against the Panther defense. And the really question is, can their defense, the Eagles, that being, actually stop anybody and force any sort of punts? And that's what we're going to have to wait and find out on Sunday. I'm picking the Eagles in this one. I'll give a score prediction later on this week, but I want yours down below right now. I like Philadelphia. I was right the first week. I was wrong the second week. I was wrong the third week. I was right last week, so I'm 2-2 because I picked the Chiefs to win last week. So give me your score prediction, your prediction down below in the comment section right now. All right, all time for today on our Philadelphia Eagles news and rumor video. I'm your host, Thomas Mott, signing off. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your day.